We back, guys, with another video. And after talking to all my friends before, now we're ready to go into the final battle with our girl, Naomi. No sense putting it off any longer. I talked to everyone that I wanted to. I gathered as much information as I could. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point. It's time for me to do this. For the sake of my friends, my dreams, my friends' dreams, and Storm Station itself. I take Naomi's hand in mine as a soft smile curls my lips, ready to depart and face our destiny together. It's a short trip across town, and before we know it, we're standing outside Ghost Monster HQ, a run-down warehouse in the bad side of town. A wooden sign long since fallen off the side of the building identifies it as belonging to Nostalgic Commodities, Inc. This is creepy. Who would want to hang around here? The rats and the cockroaches are probably locked in an eternal war for supremacy. Can you think of a better place for a street gang to lay low? Odds are, Deco owns this building anyway. Correct. Nostalgic Comedies, Inc. is a wholly owned subsidiary of Deco's Palace, LLC. Oh, good. So Daddy Dearest also owns her secret pirate tree fort. We've come this far, though. No turning back now, right? Right. I'm going to try to stay in the background on this one. But if I see an opening someplace where I know I can do some good in the conversation, I'll jump in. Let's do this. I sigh once, looking over at my companion. I'm sure glad I'm not going at this alone. I'm nervous for sure, but I know what I have to do. I settle down on my crutches, armpits resting on the padding as I prepare to enter the belly of the beast. Iris, kind of about to be in the middle of something here. I know, and I've spontaneously reprogrammed myself to include a new measurable metric which should be useful for your mission. I call it the Incredibly Right Indicator of Success, or IRIS for short. Hey, when you have a great acronym already, you may as well use it. I'm going to start analyzing Sue's vocal patterns once you step in there to determine how close you are to convincing her. That way, you'll know if you're on the right track or if you need to try something different. Let's take a look at your current score. Currently, you have a 0.0 chance of success. Yay? Well, okay, that's probably a bit disheartening, but think of it like if I walked away right now, I'd fail miserably instead of I'm doomed, doomed, doomed. But speaking of doom, well, since there is a chance you can actually fail this time, rather than be assured, you can mumble your way through the problem. Would you like me to back up your data first? Yeah, well, I guess this is the moment to save the game. You are now ready to proceed. Good luck. Taking a deep breath, I thumb swing my way into the warehouse on my crutches with my companion beside me. I don't know what I expected to find on entering the lair of a notorious gang of cyber criminals, but a makeshift arcade that rivals my own was not high on the list. And this is a dumping ground of a warehouse for Deco's industry. It makes sense, though. A place where old arcade games go to die, turned into a playland for punks. A disorganized maze of games litters the ground floor, poorly lit and barely functional. Only some of the screens are on, and many have serious ghostings and burn-in. As for, it's literally just Pac-Man. As for the ghost monsters themselves, the good news is they haven't noticed our arrival. As I look up, I can see them on the second floor in the catwalks. Huh? They seem distracted. That's good news. The bad news, they're distracted because they have a visitor. I have to say, Sue, I'm extremely disappointed in you. It's hard to get a good angle from down here, hidden in the shadows, but it sounds like the old man's ranting at his daughter in his usual passive-aggressive way. I could stay hidden and eavesdrop on their conversation, gather some more information, or I can announce myself and barge in on them. Both are risky. But which makes the most sense for how I'm going to handle the negotiation we're about to have, though? Eavesdrop and learn more. I motion for Naomi to stay quiet as we lurk in the shadows below the catwalks above. You should be out there doing what you agreed to do, not hiding away in your clubhouse. A clubhouse I paid the rent for, I should add. You want to keep your little playground, yes? Hard for me to do if some competitor rises to hurt my bottom line. Look at me when I'm talking to you, Sue. I'm trying to explain how the world works. Pay attention. Yes, Dad. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I could swear she said that through gritted teeth. There's a certain forced tone to it as well. I don't ask for much, I feel. I look the other way when you and your friends cause trouble. I bail you out of jail. I let you skip school as often as you want. All told, I feel like I've been a lenient father who understands and appreciates his daughter's inclinations. Like you know the first fucking thing about me. What was that? Speak up, I can't hear you. And don't look to your little friends, look at me. Reluctantly, Sue's eyes meet her father's. Yes, Dad, I'm sorry, Dad. All I want from you is a very, very little. It's what you'd be doing anyway, really. Go back there and keep causing trouble for Storm Station. Or do you really want me to pull back all my support of your little gang? Leave you twisting in the wind at the mercy of the Cybercrime Task Force? Of course not, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I think I'm starting to understand the situation. She's under his thumb, but not by choice, and she hates him. Good. Now then, why haven't you finished the job? Oh, come on, I almost fucking died thanks to invading lovely chainsaw turf. If we go back there... I'm hearing excuses, Sue. I thought you were made of stronger stuff than that. Some delinquents are chasing you away, really? How are you going to eventually inherit my empire if you can't stand up to some school brats? Like I want your damn empire. Speak up, I said. Quit looking at the floor. And we lock eyes through the metal grate flooring she's standing on. Her hands go to her hips in an overly confident fashion as she bends over like a child finding a lucky penny on the sidewalk. Well, 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 what do you know? Crap, she spotted us. Inky, Blinky, we have a guest. She snaps her fingers, a sudden aura of command about her as she distracted from her verbal beatdown by her father, and goons swarm flanking us. We're quickly hustled up the stairs, and well, as quickly as I can manage on crutches. Now is the time to say this moment, to use this moment to my advantage, and I know just what to say. Deco, buddy, long time no see. It's been what, hours? Interesting catching you here. It's an odd welcome, Matt, but I'll take it. Interesting catching you here, consorting with criminals. It's an odd welcome, Matt, but I'll take it. Can't say I was expecting to find you here. What would your shareholders say if they knew where you spend your evenings? Deco's face twists into a grotesque blend of anger and fear. What in the hell? I can't be seen here if any records end up online. Geez, Dad, relax. Relax, Clyde. On cue, Clyde steps out from the shadows, their fingers dancing over their phone as they concentrate on the screen. Both of them have phones. One has an Iris assistant loaded. We're blocking their outgoing data streams. There should be no verifiable data evidence of this conversation uploaded anywhere. I can't stop Z's Iris from hearing you, but I can hijack her account if you need me to, so we can manually wipe her memory, just say the word. We'll see. Thanks, Clyde. Clyde nods in agreement, backing out of the spotlight. Happy now, Dad? You're clear. Quit freaking out. Not that it matters, but my business with Miss Storm is already concluded. I was more than courteous to you, and you spat in my face. It's clear we never see eye to eye, and I have nothing more to say to you. Actually, we're not here to talk to you. I came here tonight to have a chat with... Wait for it. Your daughter. Timing is everything. How did you... Well, 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 you're a resourceful one. A squeaky clean arcade industry titan can't let anyone know about his hooligan daughter, can he? No, no. So I've had to keep that under wraps. Good working sleuthing it out. You know, honestly, I like you. I like your arcade. It's super rad. And I appreciate you didn't just kick me out. You were willing to give me a second chance. I didn't want to trash your big moment, but, well. She casts a sidelong glance at her father. Didn't exactly have a choice, did I? I didn't want to come back and cause you more trouble after that, so I stayed away, figuring I'd done what I had to do, and could leave it at that. But you didn't finish the job. Storm Station still stands. Nothing matters, I suppose, nor does this little last-ditch effort to save it. I see your game, Miss Storm. It's as obvious as the sad little strategic move you've made so far to keep your arcades afloat. Sadly, nothing you say or do will save Storm Station from my inevitable takeover. This is simply how the industry works. Now, Sue, it's time you finish what you started. Sue shifts her attention away from her father, back to me. It's hard to read what she's thinking, but I have to think of something to calm the tension. I step forward, my fist clenched already. Before words escape me, someone is by my side. Don't listen to this crusty old casino-loving, arcade-hating jerk, Sue. You don't have to keep propping up his business. You're a strong, independent hacker who don't need no CEO. Seriously? If you think you come here and convince my daughter to turn on me, you're sorely mistaken. Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. She knows I'm the one she can rely on at all times. Without me, what is she? Just a simple thief with simple friends? The ghost monsters exchange glances with each other, frowning and rolling their eyes, but they don't utter a word, arm moving in Stecco. They clearly want to pounce, but hold themselves back. But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. Oh, and I also put a roof over her head, feed her, and clothe her. I spare no expense. In other words, she knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at moment's notice. After all, Father knows best. Father knows all, and in all the world of arcades, Deco Nami knows and controls all. You can't stop that. You can't fight it, and you can't win. So if you kindly show our friends the exit, as forcefully as you like, perhaps make a game of it. See if your buddies can wreck the other leg. Seriously? Vindictive much? Do it. Ugh, fine. Inky, Pinky, bounce them out, both. With a flick of the wrist, Sue gestures for her buddies to bake us into street pizza. This is it. This is the moment. I need to say something that will convince Sue to do the impossible. Flip on her control-free father. It must be something absolutely true to my core, to who I've become as a person. It's time for Z-Storm to pull one more rabbit out of a hat. Oh, they just crossed everything out. You're stronger than him, Sue. You don't need Deco. He needs you, and I can help you see that. Come on, where's the fun in that? I came to battle, and I challenge you to pizza. Bagel eating contest. You call yourself a gamer? Prove it. This calls for a one-on-one video game showdown. That's your strategy? Toss us out? Surely you can come up with something more clever than that. This feels wrong, Sue. I'm not talking about kicking us out, or kicking us around. I'm talking about you taking orders from him. Sue, through your recent interactions, I've come to know you and your heart. You love arcades, but you're working for someone who loathes them while doing his dirty laundry. If you'll hear me out, I know I can help you see that too. You're stronger than Deco. You don't need him. He needs you. But if you'd rather match us into pace, well, I stand on one foot, arms wide, to make it a bit easier for her. Wait, what did that say? Oh yeah, I read that right. I'm a good reader. Do as you wish. Are you quite done babbling yet? Get this over with, Sue. I'm done dealing with this fool. And yet, Sue's holding up a hand to stop the two goons she was about to sick on us. What are you waiting for, young lady? I said to get rid of them. It's just babbling, right? So, who cares specifically? Why do you care, Dad? You afraid Z will say something you don't want your dear daughter to hear? Well, I want to hear this. Well, I want to hear this out, and you don't want to hear it. Nobody's keeping you here, old man. What? Shh! The adults are talking. Deco's visibly seething, but Sue's clearly taking the floor. Deco crossing his arms in defiance, but opts to let his daughter continue. Okay, Z. Okay. You had a temporary reprieve from my boys, making you into a Picasso. Say what you came in to say, but I'm not like super duper incredibly totally slayed by your amazing charisma. You're out the door, or possibly the window. This is it. My chance to convince Sue. I have to do this, and it's not just me. I have Naomi beside me, lifting me up. I look over at my love, my heart, and I smile. You've got this, Z. I believe in you. You've got a pure heart, one that beats with passion of 1,000 arcades. Okay, so I'm not good with metaphors, but still, I know if anyone can reach Sue, it's you. Huh, impressive loyalty there. You know, I like you. Always good to see another lady out there rocking the technology sector. Thanks. I like you too, I think. Okay, so you messed up my lovely, wonderful arcade, but yeah, sorry about that. Okay, Z, lay it on me. What is it that makes Ponytail Girl dig you so much? Let's hear your case. Deep breaths, counts to 10, refocus myself. I slow my racing pulse, bringing this down to something more heartfelt, more personal. I have to connect with Sue, empathize with her. This isn't just about convincing the inconvincing. I need to befriend her and lay bare the emotional truths in her heart. I glance at Iris on my phone screen, who simply shrugs. We're entering far more subtle territory. I can't rely on her to tell me what responses may or may not work. It's time to be the best I can be on my own. You know what? Let's save. You know, if we fuck up, we gotta back up. Hey Sue, you like Storm Station, right? I offered you a second chance before. It still stands. I'll welcome you and your friends returning to enjoy your games. It's not like you wanted to hurt us. If you're ready to stop pushing Deco's agenda by messing with Storm Station, you can swing by anytime you like. I'll even comp you some tokens, so good? Absolutely! Except, the small problem of the lovely chainsaw lying in wait to finish the job and put me in the dirt. Afraid that a couple bucks in tokens wouldn't go real far for paying my view. Appreciate the offer and all, but honestly, if I wanted to come back, I'd come back, banned or not. There's bigger things at play than that I want, though. But she raised a hand shutting me down. Done talking about this. We're done. Damn. I honestly thought that'd work, but she shut me down so fast. I doubt she'd want me to push any harder. You love arcades. You got pixels in your heart, Sue. I mean, look at this place. It's amazing. You've built one heck of an arcade here. All of your friends have a fun place to relax and enjoy themselves. Not that great. A lot of the games are busted. True, I see some monitor burn-in and a few corrupted ROMs. There are telltale signs and some of the power supplies are probably shot. But I bet I could get a lot of these games fixed up and working in no time at all. Whoa, seriously? You clearly love games just like I do. You've got the spirit of a retro gamer. I can see now that when you hurt my games, it wasn't because you wanted to. You never willingly hurt a game. So, I'd be happy to help. Seriously, do you think you can appeal to her love of these pieces of garbage? The only reason she has any of these games is because I couldn't find space in a landfill for them. They're my cast-offs. What's to love? Damn it, Dad. They're not junk. When I was a kid, I used to love going to your arcades. Bringing your daughter to work day was a treat. I got to have fun and enjoy all these great games. I felt special, like I was a special kid because my daddy ran an arcade. I felt good, like you were this amazing person I would look up to. But then you started throwing them out and replacing them with fucking slot machines and mobile game ports. Sensing he's lost her, Deco switches tactics. And I gave you the games you loved, see? They're all down here. There, instead of throwing them out. I gave you a very generous gift as my beloved daughter. It's not going to be enough. Just to say she loves games. I have to take Deco down a peg. And do you feel like a beloved daughter, Sue? Do you really think Deco actually cares about you? Of course I care. I know I'm not the best father. I've made mistakes, but when my wife left me, I fought for custody. I want to provide for my daughter. She's the heir to my empire, and that's an investment I won't toss aside. If I've done wrong by you, Sue, I promise I can change. There's no reason to trust Miss Storm over your own flesh and blood. Family means we are strong together, unlike some passing stranger. I don't know. He's pretty much the dictionary definition of a lousy father, but he's still my father. I'm stuck with him, he's stuck with me, so I may as well make the best of it. Love doesn't enter it, it is what it is. No, she's not ready to give up on him yet. Not yet, I need to keep trying. I think there's a pretty simple indicator of how much Deco cares about you, Sue. He nearly got you killed. He didn't know that was lovely chainsaw territory when he asked us to go to Storm Station. Did you tell him? Of course. And how did he react? He didn't care. Why should I? Some pathetic little game campfire scouts pretending to be a menace to society? They're nothing. I'd like to think my daughter and her friends are clever enough, strong enough to overcome such nonsense. Except, they nearly killed her. That Galen gathering of girls proved a bit more dangerous than you thought they'd be, Deco. No doubt the shooter would have peed her panties in fear before getting the nerve to pull the trigger if you hadn't startled her. Making some assumptions there, Deco. For all you know, they're sociopaths to the core. And now you're pushing for her to go back into their turf. A hard lesson, but one she must learn. If Sue can't learn to rise to such mediocre challenge, she won't be ready to inherit my empire. Am I a harsh tutor? Perhaps, but I know Sue will be stronger for facing her fears, worthy to the challenges to come in running Deco's palace. Sue, do you want to own Deco's palace? Is that your future? And how do you feel about facing the lovely chainsaws against Sue? What kind of father puts his daughter in harm's way for his own gain? So, not only did he ignore your warnings, but now he wants you to go back into the line of fire. What kind of loving father would push you out there in front of a firing squad just so he can tear down a little arcade like mine? What kind of vindictive, spiteful bastard do you have to be to sacrifice your own daughter to? Yeah, okay, you made your point. Dad, seriously, fuck you. If you won't listen to me, I told you this would happen, and you didn't even give a shit. So no, I'm not going back there. End of discussion. You disobedient. It's a question of strategy. You want to see a squish? There's a way to do it which don't require me getting shot at. But you didn't care about that, no. Too impatient, too jealous. So you shoveled it in my lap. Well, fuck you. I'm not making the same mistake twice. Glad she can see reason on this one. So, let me be clear about this. The reason you won't side with me over your father is you're worried he'll burn you, kick you out of his home, abandon you on the street. Let's put aside that question of whether holding such a threat over your head indicates a loving father or not. I mean, it doesn't, but if you need a place, if what you need is a place to stay to avoid being homeless, I'll offer my home. Wait, seriously? I wrecked your arcade and now you offer me 3 hots and a cot? I'm generous like that. Huh, well. She can stay with me. If it comes to that. Clyde, seriously, I wouldn't want to put you out. My parents like you. I like you. And they understand your situation. Please, don't feel like you have no options. You've got your friends. You've got me. Just think about it, okay, please? I wouldn't actually drive her from my home. That was just a figure of speech. I'm saying that I am her provider. I'm the reason she's able to. No, I'm pretty sure you meant what you said. You've threatened me with all the dire consequences of disobedience, more times than I can count, and I'm getting sick of it. So, don't think you can hold that over my head any longer. This would be a mistake, Sue. Think of more than what roof you happen to be asleep under. I can protect you in ways you cannot provide for yourself. Beyond food and clothing and a place to stay, legal protection, notably. I keep you off various radars. I make sure my enemies aren't aware you exist. You're safe under my wing. Oh, definitely. For me, I just don't care anymore. Maybe I'd rather flame out than put up with your bullshit. Sounds like she's starting to see through his supposed generosity. Good. Before I can get in another word, Sue waves her hands, interrupting me. Okay, enough. I'm sick of all this talking. It's time for action. It's time for decisions. You've made your case, Dad, and so have you, Z. He wants to protect me and use me. It's patently obvious at this point, but maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. While Z wants me to throw it all away, just because it's the right thing to do. As for me, what do I want? How do I want this to play out? This is it. The moment of truth. Did I convince Zoo to abandon her family? Did we save Storm Station? Or was it all for nothing? You know what? Fuck you, Dad. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, you heard me. You're a poor fucking excuse for a father, and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that. Oh, don't get me wrong. You got money and power. You could crush me like an ant. Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore. I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you. As of today, we're done. I'm cutting unhealthy fucks like you from my life. Z, I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life. Every dirty deal I've ever helped him carry out, and believe you me, that's a lot of extremely filthy deeds. You can't do this. I forbid you. You are my daughter, and if I go down, you're coming with me. Really? I think I can spin this entire mess as your fault. I'd like to see you try, you ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What's possible proof could you offer up of your innocence? Sue snaps her fingers and points to my phone. Oh, Iris, would you kindly? Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker, a perfect audio recording of Deco's earlier self-incriminating words. Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences, my power, my money, and my presence. But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. She knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice. Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me. And once I do my hair in pigtails and offer a jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime. Well, what do you think happens next? That's impossible. You said you blocked all recording devices. I said I couldn't block Iris from functioning, just block her from uploading her recordings anywhere. She was still listening this whole time. You can go ahead and remove the data block now, Clyde. Already done. I have also uploaded a press kit based on our Deconami archives to 5 major newspaper, 11 website, ESPN, Esports Center, and HGTV. HGTV? Home and Garden Television? I figured the 2 guys from Arcade Flippers. Oh my god. I'd be interested. I really like that show. With that settled, Sue turns a smug, satisfied smile toward her doomed father. Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad. You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do a year or 2 in juvie. But you're going to bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through. Inky Blinky? Yeah, boss. Show my father the door gently. Don't leave any marks, at least. No, no, this is completely unacceptable. I am your father. I'm Deco Nami. I am the arcade business. Inky and Blinky easily restrained Deco by the arms, but I just can't let him go without having my 2 cents. It's a shame it had to come to this, but goodbye. It's nothing personal, Mr. Nami. Just business. Hi, arcade business. I'm Dad. Game over, Deco. You lose. My infection so smug it could smother a city. Game over, Deco. You lose. You impudent, insignificant little... Are you still here? Not for long. And the ghost monsters remove Deco from our sights. Instantly, the entire atmosphere of the place changes, as if a great weight has lifted.